Imagine the entire Marvel Universe standing on the edge of collapsed cities and ruins, worlds breaking apart, and heroes who once saved us now facing their greatest defeat yet. That's the power of the new Avengers, Infinity War 2, 2025, trailer. Marvel didn't just give us a glimpse of another battle. They gave us a chilling first look at what might be the final stand for Earth's mightiest heroes. This trailer isn't just about action shots, it's about fear, sacrifice, and the reminder that no hero is truly safe this time. Asterisk, the very first thing that hits you when the trailer begins is the atmosphere. Unlike the bright and hopeful tones we saw in the Avengers 2012 or even the bittersweet hope of Endgame, this one feels different. The colors are darker, the skies look heavy with smoke, and every shot feels weighed down by loss. Marvel wants us to feel unsettled, to understand that the stakes are beyond anything we've seen before. This isn't about one battle to save the planet. It's about survival across the entire multiverse. The trailer opens with wide shots of empty landscapes, once lively cities now turned into shadows of themselves. Bridges are broken, skyscrapers lie in ruins, and there's this haunting silence that almost screams louder than explosions ever could. You can sense the emotional weight in every frame, almost as if the world itself is mourning. Marvel has always been great at building epic visuals, but here they're doing something different. They're making emptiness feel terrifying. Then comes the sound design. It's slow, heavy, and deliberate. Each beat of the music is like a countdown, dragging us deeper into the feeling that time is running out. In between, you hear echoes of familiar voices, lines spoken by heroes in past films, mixed with new dialogue that sounds broken, tired, and desperate. This technique doesn't just remind us of past victories. It reminds us of everything that could be lost. Marvel is telling us the endgame isn't over, it's only just begun. As the trailer builds, the tone grows heavier. There are quick flashes of our surviving heroes, but even their presence doesn't bring relief. Thor looks older and more burdened, his eyes filled with rage and regret. Doctor Strange appears not as the confident sorcerer we knew, but as someone beaten down by endless battles with the multiverse unraveling around him. Even Captain Marvel, usually a symbol of unstoppable strength, looks shaken. It's not that the heroes are weak, it's that the enemy is stronger than anything they've faced before. One of the most striking moments in this opening sequence is the way the trailer uses silence. There's a point where everything just stops, no music, no explosions, just a quiet scene of destruction. The camera lingers on a single broken shield lying in the dirt, a clear symbol that even the greatest protectors have limits. It's a powerful reminder that this fight isn't just about winning, it's about who will even survive to fight at all. Marvel also uses lighting to push the darker tone. Flames flicker in the background, casting long shadows across ruined streets. Instead of the bright, hopeful golden glow of Endgame's final battle, we see cold blue hues and harsh reds. These aren't the colors of victory, they're the colors of desperation, of a war that's already been lost before it begins. The trailer's atmosphere does more than just set the mood. It primes us for what's coming, a story where the heroes we've trusted for over a decade may not all make it to the end. By giving us destruction without answers, silence without hope, and heroes without certainty, Marvel is preparing us for the most emotional and high-stakes Avengers film. Yet, it's not about cheering for our heroes this time. It's about fearing for them. This opening section of the trailer breakdown tells us one thing clearly. Infinity War 2 is not going to be just another chapter. It's being framed as the ultimate test, where every victory feels fragile and every sacrifice will cut deeper than before. And if the atmosphere of the trailer is this heavy, just imagine what the full movie will do to us. Asterisk, one of the most exciting parts of any Marvel trailer is spotting which heroes make their return. And Infinity War 2 2025 doesn't hold back. From the very first flashes, the trailer tells us that this isn't just another team-up movie, it's a reunion of legacies, sacrifices, and unfinished battles. Marvel knows exactly how to trigger emotions, and every character reveal feels like a gut punch, reminding us of the journey they've been on since the original Avengers. The first character moment that catches everyone's attention is Thor. His presence is powerful, but it's not the Thor we remember from Love and Thunder. He looks weary, almost scarred by years of endless wars. His armor is darker, less polished, as if he no longer cares about the image of being a god, but only the duty of survival. His hammer, or what remains of it, flashes briefly, and fans are already debating whether it's Mjolnir reforged again or a completely new weapon. Thor's eyes burn with rage, but there's also deep grief. It feels like his storyline is headed toward one last fight, maybe even his ultimate sacrifice. Then comes Doctor Strange. The trailer gives us only a few seconds of him, but those moments speak volumes. His once steady hands tremble as he conjures a spell, and his face is etched with exhaustion. This isn't the cocky sorcerer who laughed at danger. This is a man who has seen too many timelines collapse in front of him. There's even a brief scene where he stands surrounded by broken realities, fragments of glass-like universes shattering around him. Marvel is hinting that Strange will once again be the center of the multiversal conflict. But this time, even he may not be strong enough to hold it together. Another striking appearance is Captain Marvel, usually portrayed as the unshakable powerhouse of the Avengers. This trailer shows her in a new light. She is still fierce, glowing with cosmic energy, but there's something different in her eye sphere. A single moment shows her flying into a collapsing star system, screaming as she pushes her limits. It's a rare sight to see Carol Danvers doubting herself, and it suggests that even her incredible strength may not be enough against this threat. The trailer also drops hints of legacy heroes. Fans spotted a brief shot of what appears to be Kate Bishop drawing her bow in a ruined city, her face set with determination. Could she be stepping into a bigger Avengers role? There's also a shadowy glimpse of a young figure wielding advanced tech that looks suspiciously like Iron Man's. This could be Riri Williams, better known as Ironheart, carrying on Tony Stark's legacy. These small glimpses are Marvel's way of passing the torch, preparing us for a new generation while honoring the fallen. But perhaps the most shocking moment comes from a blinking you miss it clip, a shield being thrown through smoke. It's not clear who's holding it. For a second, the silhouette looks like Steve Rogers, but logic tells us it has to be Sam Wilson, the new Captain America. Marvel deliberately keeps it blurry, fueling fan theories. Is this just Sam taking up the mantle fully, or is there a possibility of Steve making a multiverse return? The trailer doesn't answer, but the mystery alone has fans buzzing beyond the main Avengers. Smaller cameos suggest Marvel is tying in stories from across the multiverse saga. A shot of Loki standing in a burning corridor, his face torn between anger and heartbreak, hints that his TVA journey will connect directly to this battle. There's also what looks like Shang-Chi holding the Ten Rings, glowing brighter than ever, as if they've unlocked some hidden cosmic power. These aren't random appearances, they're Marvel's way of pulling every storyline together for one massive collision. And then there are the emotional moments. A brief scene shows Wanda Maximoff, or at least a version of her, looking out across a ruined landscape. Fans thought her story ended in Multiverse of Madness, but Marvel seems to be bringing her back in some form. The way the trailer frames her silent, distant, almost broken suggests she might play a role in redemption, or perhaps as a warning of what unchecked power can lead to. Every hero reveal in this trailer carries weight. They're not just returning for another fight, they're returning with scars, regrets, and unfinished business. Marvel is making it clear, this isn't the same Avengers team we grew up with. This is a battle of survivors, people who have lost more than they've won, coming together one last time. And the question that lingers with every scene is simple yet devastating. Who will still be standing when the credits roll? Every Marvel story is only as strong as the villain at its core, and the Infinity War 2 2025 trailer wastes no time, reminding us that this new enemy is unlike anything the Avengers have faced before. The shadow that looms over every shot is bigger than Thanos, darker than any single Kang variant, and far more terrifying because it feels unstoppable. Marvel is playing this close to the chest, but the clues are there, and fans are already dissecting every frame to piece together Who or what is pulling the strings behind this cosmic disaster? The most obvious threat hinted at in the trailer is Kang the Conqueror. After Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and Loki, we know Kang exists in countless forms across the multiverse, each more dangerous than the last. The trailer features a chilling moment where a distorted voice echoes, "Worlds fall and I remain." That line alone has the internet convinced that Kang, or a variant of him, is returning as the central villain. But this isn't the same Kang we've seen before. His presence feels more godlike, as if he's evolved into something beyond just a time manipulator, someone who now bends entire universes to his will. Yet Marvel also plants seeds of doubt. Some fans believe Kang may not be the true big bad after all, but only a pawn of someone even greater. A mysterious figure cloaked in shadows appears for a split second in the trailer, their face hidden, but their presence overwhelming. The energy radiating from this figure doesn't match Kang's usual aesthetic. It feels older, more ancient. This has sparked theories that Marvel may finally be teasing the arrival of Doctor Doom, or even a cosmic entity like the Living Tribunal or Galactus. Imagine the scale of that. Heroes who barely survive Thanos now facing a being who devours entire realities. The trailer also uses visual storytelling to emphasize just how dangerous this villain is. There's a sequence where entire timelines collapse like dominoes, with universes folding in on themselves. Cities crumble into nothingness without a single hand raised against them, as if reality itself is surrendering. Unlike Thanos, who fought with brute strength and the power of the Infinity Stones, this new villain doesn't need to swing a fist. Their weapon is existence itself, and that makes them unpredictable and horrifying. Another terrifying moment comes from what looks like the villain manipulating heroes directly. A quick shot shows Thor screaming in agony, his body twisting under some invisible force while Doctor Strange watches helplessly. Another flash reveals Spider-Man caught in a collapsing portal, struggling against a power that looks eerily similar to the void energy we saw in Loki. These aren't just random fights, they're deliberate displays of control. The villain isn't simply out to destroy the Avengers. They want to break them piece by piece. The parallels to Thanos are also intentional. The trailer cleverly mirrors some of his most iconic shots. For example, we see a giant hand reaching down to crush what appears to be the remains of Stark Tower. It's impossible not to think of Thanos gripping Thor's head in Infinity War, but here's the difference. Where Thanos sought balance, this new villain seems to thrive on pure chaos. There's no twisted sense of justice driving them, only domination. Marvel also teases the villain's psychological warfare. In one cryptic scene, a voice whispers, "Your end was written before your beginning." The words echo as we see brief flashes of Captain America's shield breaking, Wanda crying, and Loki reaching out for something or someone before fading into darkness. This line suggests that the villain doesn't just want to defeat the heroes physically. They want to crush the very hope that defines them. And then comes the most haunting part of the trailer, a brief, nearly subliminal image of what looks like multiple Avengers lying defeated on a battlefield. Their weapons are scattered, their bodies still as the villain's silhouette towers in the distance. It's not confirmed who these fallen heroes are, but the message is crystal clear. Marvel wants us to feel that no character is untouchable. If Thanos proved that heroes could die, this villain is here to prove that even legends can be erased. By the end of this section of the trailer, one thing becomes obvious. Marvel is crafting a villain who is not just stronger, but smarter, crueler, and far more dangerous than any threat before. Where Thanos was a conqueror with a philosophy, this enemy is a nightmare given form, one that seeks not balance, but the end of everything. The stakes are no longer just about saving Earth or even one universe. They're about saving reality itself. And for the first time, it feels like the Avengers may truly be ultimateched. If there's one thing Marvel does better than anyone, it's layering their trailers with details that keep fans rewatching frame by frame. Infinity War 2 2025 is no different. On the surface, it looks like a dark, emotional showdown. But hidden beneath the explosions and character reveals are dozens of subtle clues that hint at the storyline. future crossovers, and shocking twists we may not be ready for. This isn't just a trailer, it's a puzzle, and every shot feels like a piece of a much larger picture. The first major clue comes from the dialogue. In one chilling line, Doctor Strange is heard saying, "We've been here before. Too many times." At first, it sounds like a reference to his endless battles with the multiverse, but the wording suggests something more sinister. Could Strange be hinting at a time loop where the Avengers have fought and failed repeatedly? This ties directly to the idea of Kang and his variants. After all, he controls time like no other. If true, this means the Avengers may not just be fighting for survival, but trying to break free from a cycle of inevitable defeat. Another hidden detail is a shot of what appears to be the quantum realm. The trailer briefly shows Ant-Man and the Wasp running through collapsing tunnels of glowing particles. Fans will remember how important the quantum realm was in Endgame, and its reappearance here suggests it may again hold the key to victory or destruction. What's more intriguing is a faint silhouette in the background, which doesn't look like either of them. Could this be Kang's base of operations, or even a prison holding someone far more dangerous? The trailer also teases the importance of legacy. A quick flash shows a dusty room filled with relics, Captain America's broken shield, Iron Man's destroyed arc reactor, and even Natasha's old weapons. This isn't random set dressing. It's Marvel's way of reminding us that the story isn't just about who fights now, but about who came before. These relics might even be clues to how the Avengers plan to fight back. For example, the arc reactor glowing faintly could hint at new tech from Stark's legacy, possibly Ironheart's role in building something powerful enough to challenge the villain. Easter eggs are everywhere too. In one blink and you miss it shot, a symbol is carved into a ruined wall. Fans have already connected it to the insignia of the living tribunal, the cosmic judge of all realities. This could mean the storyline is expanding beyond just Kang and the multiverse, pulling in entities that oversee existence itself. Imagine the scale of a battle where gods and cosmic forces are deciding whether humanity even deserves to survive. There's also a mysterious sequence involving Wanda. She appears briefly, standing in front of what looks like the Darkhold, but the book is shattered and glowing with strange energy. Is this a hint that Wanda's powers or her corruption may still play a role? Some fans think this version of her is from another universe, one where she never sacrificed herself. If that's true, Marvel may be setting up a story where Wanda is both an ally and a threat, depending on which variant the Avengers encountered. Another clue comes from Loki's appearance. In one scene, he's shown holding a glowing cube, which looks suspiciously like the Tesseract. If it is, this raises massive questions. Did the TVA fail to contain the Infinity Stones? Or is Loki attempting to use the cube to rewrite timelines himself? Either way, his presence connects the events of the Loki series directly to Infinity War 2. Tightening the web of the multiverse saga, the trailer also sprinkles in visual foreshadowing. For instance, there's a haunting shot of Spider-Man standing alone in a destroyed city, clutching his mask in his hands. It's a symbolic moment, showing the weight of responsibility he carries as one of the younger heroes. This could be Marvel's way of telling us that Peter Parker will have to step up in a way we've never seen before, perhaps even leading the next generation of Avengers. And then there's the biggest mystery of all, a quick, almost subliminal shot of a massive cosmic throne surrounded by collapsing galaxies. A figure sits upon it, but the camera cuts away before we see their face. The throne is decorated with glowing patterns that fans believe resemble Doom's classic armor or Galactus's insignia. Marvel knows fans will dissect this, and that's the point. They want us debating whether Kang is the Endgame villain or if someone greater is pulling the strings. The hidden details of this trailer reveal Marvel's plan. Infinity War 2 won't just be about one last fight. It's about legacy, time loops, cosmic judges, and the terrifying question of who really controls the fate of the multiverse. Every relic, every whispered line, and every shadowy figure is a breadcrumb leading us toward a story so big that it makes Endgame look like just the beginning.